So it's not really a loud mic. It doesn't pick up at all. It's compressed out so the audio doesn't come through. Because I don't want copyright strikes for the audio. So don't be afraid of this guy grabbing what you're talking about. That's why speakers are also the same way. So this guy picks up. So that one won't reach you. I mean, you're tall enough you stand talking to it will reach you, but I think so don't try to.
And you work for 4-H?
Yep.
So, 40 years.
Yeah. Yeah, this is our thing.
I've got a lot of technology here. But this is a North Idaho selection area.
Yeah, they just got raised.
Good afternoon. Welcome to our 2024 YSS Market Goat Show. We're starting out with our first class of does. Out here tonight we have Matthew Green, Fancy Bowlesby, Ellie Berger, Danikin Desens, Josie Nagel, and Ariana Daniels. And while he's sorting through this class of does, I just wanted to introduce our judge to you today. All right, back to it. Just wanted to introduce our judge, Mr. Brent Jennings. Brent served as the North Carolina 4-H Youth Livestock Extension Associate. In this role, he coordinated the state 4-H livestock events and clinics. Additionally, he works with extension agents, ag teachers to promote these programs. He also supports local, regional, and state livestock shows and events. He also likes to host multiple livestock showmanship clinics and educational events annually across the state. He has around 40 head of crossbreed ewes with an emphasis on marketing, functional, and good-built show lambs for FFA and 4-H members. He also has raised a few goats over the last several years. He's been judging local and regional, state shows for the past 20 years and thoroughly enjoys the opportunity to sort stock at all levels. He prefers to sort sheep and goats, but can appreciate good stock in all species. He's judged is judged in 35 states and in Canada. At home, his wife Allison and 2 boys, Zaid and Carter, keep life interesting. Both boys enjoy showing sheep, goats, and pigs, while also playing multiple sports. Allison was an agricultural educational teacher for 10 years and now serves as the Eastern Regional Agricultural Educational Coordinator for North Carolina. That's our judge. Give him a hand.
All right, guys, good afternoon. Certainly my pleasure to be here with you today and have the opportunity to come out and work with your young people. Just an awesome way. First time for me to be in this state, and a great way to start this off with a really nice set of goats here. Some variance, I guess, as we study down the line in terms of maturity, in terms of body shape and kind. But I think things come together for me, I guess, relatively logically. I think we got a pair of them at the top end. We like both of those goats quite a bit. I guess the more you study them, I'm drawn to the slightly younger appearing, more youthful doe there to start. I think it's her extra shape, her extra balance from the size. We step off of them. That's the goat we're drawn to up front. I think her balance and the way her neck ties in the top side of her blade is right. And then she has a tremendous amount of shape. When you really analyze true muscle shape out the backside of her shoulder, the way she's made up high, I think she's got more true width. And then she's as sound an option out here as any of them. I think that's a logical place to start. Now, I do love the practicality, the rib and the body and the doe in second. I love how opened up she is right behind the base of her shoulder there, how the sweep to her midrib, and she comes back really opened up. I'm not crazy about her balance. I think she's a little plain up front in terms of her chest. I'm not wild about her bite either. I'd like to change her jawline just ever so slightly, but I don't think that's the reason enough to beat her today. I do like all those extra power and rib that female brings. The goat in 3 is kind of the other end of the spectrum. She gets up here because of her added skeletal quality. I think as you analyze these goats in motion of the following 3, she's the best one. Study the angle to her hock and down to her pastern there. Watch her up front in terms of her knee and her shoulder. I think she moves the best. From a power standpoint, we'd like to amplify that and give her just a shot more as we get in behind her. But I think from a build and quality standpoint, she's very nice. The doe comes in 4th, got a nice look. Young lady does an awesome job getting her presented. Love the balance that gal's got from the side. We like to change the way she's made at the ground. As we study from here, from the side, I see the front of her knee, and that's a problem. We need to pull those things back around, get her feet going in the right directions, and the same thing in her hock there. As we watch her go, she doesn't flex and bend quite right. Give her a shot more power as well. And while the young man does it, winds out, man, that thing's got some power. You love the performance. You love the rib and the body that doe's got. For me, as we step back off of her, we'd like to give her just a shot more balance and look from the side. Probably lift her old neck up at the top side of her shoulder ever so slightly, and just give her a more balanced look from the side. But love the rib, love the power feature she's got. Young people doing an awesome job. If you will, let's give them all a nice round of applause as they head out. Good job, guys.
And coming back from our first group of does, Matthew Green and Fancy Bowlesby. Entering now our second group of does, Marissa Dreyfall, Bristol Burnside, Layla Deeds, Ellie Brinkley, Sophia Zentner, and Cody Rout. Following this group of does, we will go right into our doe finals, our division finals for does following this group.
But I tell you what, folks, you know, in terms of just quality, a really good set of does here. And I'll be the first one to tell you, I don't know that it's super simple to me in terms of lining them up. So if you have some down the line a little further that you'd like to move up, if you were in here sorting them, I won't call you crazy, because I do think there's some give and take all the way to the doe that winds the class out there. I think there's some good in that one as well. I am the most comfortable with the doe that wins the class. So I think when you talk about one that has some look and balance from the side, yet maintains a tremendous amount of power, that's the logical place to start. I think when we study body shape and rib and bone and extra width, she does it well. She doesn't move perfect, but I certainly think she's acceptable, and then I really like her extra power and width to go along with it. The doe in 2, from a standpoint of phenotype, that one just in terms of build is incredible. That thing is tall-shouldered, good-looking, got an awesome sweep to her underline. We need to make her stouter, particularly from her hooks to her pins, and give her more gluteal shape for me from the side. And I'd probably like her more, but from her hook bones forward, I think that's an awfully nice female, has an incredible look of balance and correctness up front. I think her hind leg's good enough. She's able to turn them out just a little bit there at her hock as we watch her go. If you want to get ultra critical on her, you could do that and pick on her there, but I think from there forward she's very nice. The 3 and 4 is where my question mark probably come for me just a little harder. I'll just tell you, the doe there in 3, the old folded eared doe, is not perfect from the side from a balance standpoint. Step in behind her, though, and the does on either side of her, she's probably as true and bold in her muscle shape in her forearm, her forerib, and her chest width is better than the 2 on either side of her. I'd like to make her bone bigger, just her feature at the ground, square her up at her hock, watch her probably come together there with a notch extra feature to match what she does have up high. I think it would make her balance better for me. That's the difference today, because I do think some extra power and width versus the does on either side of her. Doe comes 4. You want to just say she looks like the one that was 2 in terms of her build, and I'd believe that in terms of from the side. I guess for me, though, the more I analyze that one in motion, there's just not enough to her. That one gets too flat and too narrow, and just needs to be opened up. We get her bred to a buck that's got an extra shot of power. I think there could be a lot of good in her. But for me today, we study that one down through her hip and her thigh and stifle. She's just too flat. But from there forward, it's her build and quality up front that beats the doe coming next. The young lady coming next, I think's got one. Love the body shape. Love the rib and the center body. Love her chest. Another one, I just don't think she balances quite right. So we step back off of her, study the way her neck comes out the top side of her shoulder, her angles from her hooks to her pins. It just doesn't come together quite right. And then we ask her to go into motion. I don't feel like she quite does that for me. She wants to drop at the base of her tail ever so slightly. Doesn't come together. Though next in line, young lady's got, I'm telling you, that one, when she does get her propped up, another one up front, built very good, her chest and her angles to the base of her shoulder, very attractive and ladylike up front. We step in behind her, though, that one's too triangular up high. We need to make her bolder and bigger in her upper hip and pin, give her more shape and width. I like her better. She's got a good feel to her, though, in terms of her body, like her attractiveness. Young lady that winds us out, that pains me. I'm going to tell you, you're an awesome showman. I think in terms of getting one presented, that gets that doe a lot of looks for me, because I think from the side, she gives us as nice a balanced look as any. The more I just kept studying her right there at the base of her knee, she just comes way too narrow for me personally. Watch her come at you and go away. That goat needs to be opened up. From a balance standpoint, she's very nice, and you do an incredible job presenting her. We just got to get that one skeleton wider. Awesome set of goats here, even better young people. Congratulations to all of them.
Coming back from our second group of does, Ellie Berger, Sophia Zentner, and Cody Rout. We're going to move right into doe finals right now.
All right, guys. We didn't have tons of numbers in our doe show, but I commend you guys. This is an awfully nice set of females. Some real quality out here. We'll just talk about them briefly, so I'll make sure you guys know what I'm going to do. And because I think you can justify a couple of different things when you align them up. We got our older does here at the first class, that pair, and I thought in that respective class, the young man's probably gives us a resemblance of just a notch more quality as what we step off of them. Her balance looks a little better. I think she's got a tremendous amount of true shape and power and body, and does all those things very well. You know, as you analyze her out here, I guess if you want to get hard on her, the question mark is how big is she going to get? She's a little low-fronted. If we could make her better, we'd probably just make her a notch more extended up front, taller shouldered, better looking there. But I think from there back, that one's got a tremendous amount of quality. Bigger doe there that was second in class. Loved the power that gal's got. We talked about in class. Loved the rib, the shape to her body. She looks like a female out here. Respectively, she gets a little plain, though, in terms of her neck and up the front to her chest, relations to a couple others. We get to the second class of younger does there, and I think the young ladies just gives us an awfully nice look from the side. I don't know that she's perfect from the side, but I like her extra length. I like her extension. Tremendous amount of shape in that gal. Gets out with some extra power. If you want to get real critical on her, it's right in the middle of her spine. We'd probably just flex that, lay that thing down in her just a little bit. That kind of correlates to the way her hind legs designed, honestly, is the way that the way she wants to bubble up just a little bit there in her spine. So there's some give and take there. Which one of your classrooms you like better? I think she does have more look. She's got as much true shape and balance there. Probably gives us a nicer silhouette. The young man's probably just a notch more flexible, a little plainer. One that was second in class, we talked about from the hook bones forward, man, that's good livestock. Hooks, bones, that one's got a big back in her. But from her hooks to her pins, we need to make her bigger rump and bigger hip, give her more turn and shape there. I think balance-wise up front is very, very good. Doe that was third in that class we talked about, a little plain out here, but still lots of power. So you pick your poison if you want to use just maybe a stouter one that's a little plainer up front or a little better looking one out of the younger doe. For me, I'm going to use the younger does to be a champion. Young man will be reserved. Congratulations to him.
And your junior doe champion, Ellie Berger. Your reserve division doe champion, Matthew Green. Finishing third, Layla Deeds. Fourth, Fancy Bowlesby. And coming in fifth, Cody Rout. In the ring now, Class 1 Market Goat. Yeah, I didn't get a chance to mention that before these showmen entered the ring, but out here in Market Goat Class 1, we have Candace Eider, Ariana Daniels, Paisley Bomar, Knox Cecil, Marin Tolman, Ryan Piccioni, and Josie Nagel.
Well, I tell you what, guys, I've judged several shows now through the years, and very rarely will I go back and look at them after I pull them in the line. But I will tell you, this class is challenging for me, and I think while there's a lot of nice goats out here, kids are doing an awesome job with them, I don't know that there's one that just jumps out and kicks me in the stomach, says I'm the winner, and I don't know that there's one that says I'm way worse than anybody else out here. I think it's a really solid set of goats that are good, but are just very different. So it's a little hard for me, and if you have some favorites out here, I wouldn't argue with you a great deal. What I will tell you about the goat that we used to win, obviously he's had a little bit of lice or mange or something there on his legs. They look pretty rough. He's got some hair left on his neck there. I would have probably took that off if we wanted to make him look his best, clean that up. But from a muscle shape standpoint, he has class leading advantages. Right in the middle of his back, his turn and rib shape up high, he's the best in terms of shape and expression of muscle. Now, like I say, from a look standpoint, man, he doesn't ain't the prettiest thing I've ever seen, that's for sure. But I think from a shape, muscle shape, expression, handling quality, he leads the boat here. That's why he wins the class. You know, again, there's some things that we take away from him. I do think when she gets him stuck, he gives us the best shape and touch and handle. From there, we got some major differences, and the next trio of them is where I studied them the longest. I'll be honest, the goat in two, while I don't think another one, I'm not wild about his balance. I do think from a handling standpoint, his shape to his loin edge, his squareness to his back is very good. He's broad, round, and robust. I like that about him. I like where he's at condition-wise, very good. I'm not wild about his rear legs. I wish he would change from his hock to his pastern. I wish he was more upright on his toes there. I think that would be to his advantage, but that's the challenge that goat offers there. The goat in three, again, kind of like a doe kid we saw earlier, from his loin forward, that guy's very good. He's tall-shouldered, he's shapely back. Unfortunately for him, he doesn't have enough in the seat of his pants there. That guy's too flat down low, and you can see it from the outside. You don't have to get in here on these goats to see that. That one's way too narrow in terms of his pin shape, way too closed up at his hock there as we watch that one go. The goat in four is my troublemaker, I'll be honest with you, because if we talk about body shape and bone and foot, he's the best out here. I love that goat's rib shape. I love the shape to his chest floor. I love his extra bone. That right there, though, does not do me any favors. He is not very good looking. He's ugly. He's too far down in his neck set. He breaks behind his shoulder. My big critical thing with him is when we handle him today, he is the most dried out in his top. We got to get that guy fresher in his touch and his handle. Honestly, we get his edges better and get him to go into you just a little bit. It would change his look immensely. From a rib and a bone and presentation, you've done an awfully nice job. What I mean by presentation is fitting, clipping. The way he's presented out here there is very good. I just wish he'd kind of come together for you. Young man doing an awesome job with the paint hip doe here. I think from just a fundamental, good livestock. Round body, big rib, fundamentally sound. We get up on top of her, she doesn't have enough shape. She's starting to get a little bit plain and lackluster, if you will, in terms of her top shape. But I do think from a body and a bone and a width is very good. Young lady next in class, honestly, this one pained me as much as any because from a skin and a presentation, you whip everybody out here, to be honest. Yours is just presented extremely well. Love that about her. She's as fresh as any of them. She's way too narrow and frail for me, though. When I get her hands on her, she's just too flat, too narrow coming at me, too flat in terms of her forearm, down at the ground in terms of her foot. If she does open up with more shape and muscle, I think you've probably done as good a job as anybody getting that one to this point. But paint, kind of the dapple goat that winds out, the young lady does an awesome job. Just a little plain. Old goat's got a little bit of just the average quality in terms of look, but in terms of his disposition and demeanor, he's a great project for the young lady. She's done an awesome job with him. Challenging set of goats, but an awfully nice set. Congratulations to all of them. All right, guys. It looks like we do have one that was the third average daily gain. We congratulate the young lady that's second in here. To her, does an awfully nice job with that goat. Good job. Good job.
And that was number 3 overall in your average daily gain, Josie Nagel. And coming back from Market Goat Class 1, Paisley Bomar, Marin Tolman, and Josie Nagel. Yeah. Entering the ring right now, Market Goat Class 2, Bo Hatch, Camden Bradshaw, Tiffany Iverson, Grayson Yates, Fancy Bowlesby, and Olivia Barnhart.
All right, guys, another really nice set of goats here. And some quality in them for sure. I think there's some differences from 2 to 5 down that are really close, but the one that wins, that's a real nice goat right here. Young man's got him an awfully good one. Fortunately for him, not all good goats have a lot of brains, and that one doesn't. He's not the most cooperative out here, but despite that, that one wins for fun in this particular class. When he talking about freshness, handling quality, back shape, rib and bone, and some extra width, just youthfulness and presentation helps as well. I think that one wins by a little landslide out here. Fun to see one like that come through the ring. From there, you got to make decisions. 2 and 3 are close. To me, the goat in 2 handles so much better. He's better right behind him at his shoulder. He's got a notch more turn and shape up high. He's fresher to his edges. You know, again, as we step back off of him, we'd probably change his balance, look up front just ever so slightly in terms of the way his neck comes out the top side of his shoulder. But I think his extra turn and shape and rib and extra feature at the ground beats the goat in 3. The 1 and 3, man, you get a lot out of him. I love the way you get after him. You get that one collected up. Front third of that goat looks really nice, the way his neck comes out the top side straight and true. We get in there and get our hands on him. Unfortunately, that goat's a little bit like myself. He's got too much belly. I mean, he just does. He's too plain and got too much middle in him. He's too soft when we get up on top of him. We'd like to change that in terms of his handling quality and maybe like him better, because I do prefer his design and look from the outside versus the goat in 2. We get to 4 and 5 and kind of pick your poison there. I think the young man's got a shot more muscle that Apple does in terms of turn and shape and true width. He's a notch fresher for me today than the goat that comes out in 5. The 1 in 5 does have a nice look, long body, just too flat, too narrow. When we get up on top of that one, we need to make that one notch better. You can see his old hook bone stuck up just a little bit, freshen that one's top line up ever so slightly. So good set of goats, all for a nice class winner. Congratulations to all of them. Good job, guys.
Up next, Market Goat Class 3, we're going to have Tristan Pafford, Laney Tolman, Hayden Johnson, Emily Keenans, Araya Dixon. That'll be Market Goat Class 3. Coming back from Class 2, Bo Hatch and Fancy Bowlesby. Class 3 in the ring, Tristan Pafford, Laney Tolman, Hayden Johnson, Emily Keenans, and Araya Dixon.
All right, guys. Man, what a really good class here. We stepped up the heat just a little bit in terms of depth of quality. I think from the couple classes we had previously, now take nothing away from like the last class when I thought that go was really good. I think this one's another one that kind of comes out here and smacks everybody around for fun in this particular class. That's an awfully nice goat, guys. One that's got the right kind of look and balance. He's good in terms of his chest, his underline. Big back, big shape goat there, really fresh to the touch. You know, if you're going to pick on him anyway, he's starting to get pretty mature about his head and neck there. But, man, you're going to be hunting things if you want to get too hard on that goat. That's a high-quality goat that wins the class. From there, I do think it's close between 2 and 3. Love the shape and power and width in the goat in 2. Fresh back, good handling there. It's got a big cage in him, really round body. I wish he matched that from behind, just had more shape in terms of his leg and thigh and stifle there. I think it would add to his look from the side. Because from there forward, man, that guy's big features, sound skeleton. We'd take a little bit of belly off of him as well if you want to make him perfect. But I think that's a very high quality goat. The one here in 3, a red goat here, I tell you, that's one that kept pulling on my heartstrings, you know, and in terms of we step back off of him and study his balanced look, that thing's very, very good. He's got a tremendous amount of shape. As we really want to get nitpicky on him, the more I study in relations to the ones ahead of him, that one wants to close up at his hock a little bit. He's a little more triangular up high, a little more closed up at his knee. The one thing, though, in addition to why he is 3rd, and I think that's a high-quality goat, congratulations to the young lady because that is the high average daily gain goat of the show, so congratulations to her. Good job, young lady. But that's always fun to see a look like that on their face. I promise you, that's exciting. I do like the doe here in 4 in terms of power, in terms of width and bone and features. She's got some quality as well. I guess for me, as we study either end of her skeleton, she's too round, too saddle-backed in the middle. We got to get her top line to come together. Just looking a little bit more like a breeding doe than a market goat out here for me. Just need to change her top line there. Goat comes 5. Man, he's fundamentally got the right pieces. I tell you, I like the tall-fronted, good-looking one here from the side. And man, he needs more time at a feed trough, to be honest with you. He just needs to bloom up and have a notch more shape, but love the build. Young man winds out with one another high-quality goat, just needs a little more time on feed. But man, you're a rock star getting him presented out here. Awesome class of goats again. Great set of young people. Give them a nice round of applause, if you will, as they head out. Good job.
And coming back from Market Coat Class 3, Hayden Johnson, Laney Tolman, and your average daily gain champion, Emily Knehans. And she's coming back for the finals.
I'm good.
Market Goat Class 5. Coming in the ring, we have Cody Rout, Bristol Burnside, Peyton Story, and Isaac Green. While he sorts through this class of goats, I wanted to take this time to point out our Goat Barn sponsor this year, which is Precision Gutting and Gutters and Roofing. A huge thank you to Precision Gutters and Roofing for the generous sponsorship of our Goat Barn at this year's fair. Their support plays a vital role in providing a high-quality facility for our goat exhibits, enhancing the experience for both participants and visitors. Precision Gutters and Roofing specializes in delivering exceptional gutter and roofing services, ensuring home and businesses are safeguarded with the durable and efficient solutions. Their commitment to quality and reliability makes them a valued partner in our community. Thank you, Precision Gutter and Roofing. So at the conclusion of this class, we will do our divisional final and our supreme final. So all of our returners will come back at the completion of this class.
All right, guys, I apologize. I changed this up just a little bit. They're not in any order. We're going to talk about these. These are county bred goats. I understand we're going to pick a champion and reserve out of these four who come back at the end of the night when we select the champions overall later in the day as well. But these are your county bred goats. And first thing, I want to commend you guys as producers for raising this quality of goats. My youngest child at home, we raise a few goats. I've raised sheep all my life. My youngest kid doesn't really like them. So we started raising goats. And anybody that's raised these things has a different appreciation for them because a boar goat's not the most thrifty animal that there's ever been made. So I just want to thank you guys and encourage you as you continue to breed them. So we'll talk about them, then I'll show you how we like them. We'll just talk about them in the order they are. Again, they're not particularly placed. The young man there on my right, love the extra body shape that goat's got. Wide, square. We step back off of him. I don't know that he's going to win a beauty contest. He's a little plain. He's a little short coupled. He runs downhill just a little bit. But man, wide body from a 3/4 angle. Not the biggest back one ever, but I think lots of quality. The goat there next, that young lady's got, man, as we step back off of that one, we do like the build of that guy. Tall shouldered, good looking. Neck comes out right. I think his top line is awesome. Love the levelness down his back. You know, if we change him, he's just kind of average in terms of shape and muscle. But I think he's got enough. But if you want to make him better, we probably give him a notch more turn and shape of muscle. Probably take a little bit of his extra fill away as well. I think it would give him just a little nicer look. Young lady right there next, again, that's a powered up one. He's got some grow in him. He's got some width. He's got some extra body. I like those things about him as a 3/4 angle. We step into the side. I don't love that goat's balance. I think he's a little off up front. He's a little deep and plain. Cuts up in his flank, and then probably needs a shot more muscle from behind to match it, but I certainly think some quality in that goat as well. And then the young man has got the big doe there at the back of the line, and when she come in, you know, my question mark for her is where's she at in terms of condition, where's she at in terms of her maturity stage was my question mark on her. Now, we study that one in terms of her look. Man, that thing's nice. She balances great. Got a good look from the side. We step in and we put our paws on them. That's the big backed one. That's the square, shapely, fresh handling one. It's got an awesome hip and hind leg, good balanced one. For those reasons, and that young man's done an awful nice job, that'll be your champion county bred, the young man at the back of the line. Congratulations to him. Young lady second in line will be your reserve. Congratulations to her. Young lady in the blue shirt will be third. You'll be fourth. Let's give them all a nice round of applause, guys. Good job. This will be your reserve. Third.
Oh. And that's Peyton Storley, your average daily gain reserve champion. And coming back from that class, we have Isaac Green and Bristol Burnside. So while we work out our next class of goats, I want to take this time to point out our average daily gain sponsor. A huge shout out goes to Kootenai Shoshone Farm Bureau, Joe Dobson, Caldwell Banker, and Kootenai Title for sponsoring our Average Daily Gain Award. Your support helps us recognize and celebrate the hard work and dedication of our participants who achieve amazing results. Kootenai Shoshone Farm Bureau is a big supporter of our local agriculture, helping to strengthen and advocate for our farming community. Joe Dobson at Caldwell Banker is known for providing excellent real estate services, ensuring clients find their perfect homes and properties. Kootenai Title offers top-notch title services, making sure all real estate transactions go smoothly and securely. Thank you all for your fantastic support. We sincerely appreciate it. Hey, another announcement, something new we got this year, is we will have a parade of champions. Our Grand Reserve Champions Market and Breeding Goats will be doing a parade of champions this year on Sunday the 25th at 5:30 p.m. Please meet us with your champion animal and banner at 5:20 in the beef ring. We'll make a lap around the fairgrounds to showcase our champions. We'll see you there. This will also include our champion steers, our champion sheep, our champion beef. It's the first time we've done it, and it sounds like it's probably going to be a good time. I think we're waiting on one more participant over there, and while we wait, I want to point out our another one of our boosters, our Market Go Overall Awards, or the Livestock Boosters. We're super grateful to have the Livestock Boosters for providing the YSS Market Go Overall Awards. And our annual support, your annual support helps us give well-deserved recognition to our hardworking participants with fantastic banners and belt buckles. The Livestock Boosters are amazing at promoting and supporting our agricultural community. Your dedication to encouraging young livestock enthusiasts is truly appreciated. Thank you, Livestock Boosters, for your continued support. Your contribution makes a huge difference, and we are really grateful.
We haven't really picked
Next up in the ring, we have Progress Market Goat. Class 10, Michael Goins, Jimmy Dreyfall, Jalen Dottie, and Layla Deeds.
All right, guys, as we wrap up here with our progress show, really a nice set of goats here. Some variance in terms of where they're at. And honestly, the goat we start with, man, he sets the bar pretty high in here. This is a high-quality individual. That's a good goat. Fun to see ones come through the ring that look like that. I think in terms of some look and balance, having the right kind of shape, that's an extremely high-quality goat. Awesome presented there as well. I love the way that one's hip and hind leg is presented. I think that's a very high-quality one to go ahead and win this particular division. From there, you got to make some decisions. Good job. You got to make some decisions. The young man, at the end of the day, it's just muscle, bone, and width. Is why that one's second. That goat could be better balanced, but I think it's his extra width to his chest and forerib and body. I think he just exemplifies having that just more power at the end of the day is what it's going to work to his benefit. The young lady in 3, love the balance. That doe needs a shot more width. When we get right down at her knee there, watch that one come at you. Kind of the red goat that winds out, just needs more time there on the feed bucket. But, man, a nice set of goats. Kids are doing a great job. Congratulations to all of them. Good job, guys.
And coming back tonight at 5 o'clock for our final drive for our Goat Market Championships is Marin Tolman, Bo Hatch, Fancy Bowlesby, Josie Nagel, Hayden Johnson, Laney Tolman, Emily Kinians, Paisley Bomar, Isaac Green, and Bristol Burnside. Those are your finalists. And your winner of the progress class was Layla Deeds.